Welcome to Tornado Tuesday. I am your host. I am your international champion, the Tornado. Now, down to business. If you didn't see the last NWI show, I got rid of that little peasant, that little cockroach. His name is Andre. I squashed him like a little bug that he is. Because you people, the NWI Universe, cheered him when you know damn well that I, the Tornado, your international champion, is the most greatest superstar that NWI has ever seen. I admire that Andre wanted to make a name for himself. Go after the big dog. The biggest dog in the yard. The biggest dog in the yard in the fight. I give him props. But the problem is, Andre has wrote too many checks that his ass couldn't cash. So I had to do something about it. That's why the last show, it was a 30-minute mewling beatdown on Andre. Andre, get well soon. We all know that from what I've done to you, you're in no condition to update the NWI Universe, so I will update them for you. From what I'm being told here, I have beaten Andre so bad that he is going to be on the shelf and not be seen in NWI Wrestling for roughly 1 year. He's got a severed vertebrae. I broke his ankle. And the pain and agony that I brought on that dude when I heard his neck snap, when I wrapped that chair around his neck, that was the moment that I knew Andre was done. But I know Andre is too stubborn. He ain't going to stay away. He's going to come back eventually. Eventually he will be back. And from what I'm hearing that somebody by the name of Harley Hale is trying to get Andre to the dark side. You think that scares me? Hell, I've already dominated Andre. I've already beat Andre. I've already remained international champion. So, Harley, if you want to try to succeed to get Andre onto the dark side, go ahead, be my guest. He's all yours. I've already beat him. I've already destroyed him. And if he shows up in my path again, I'm going to do it again. Now, with that being said, NWI Wrestling returns this weekend. From what I'm hearing, NWI Wrestling is going on the road for the first time in several months. NWI Wrestling will be traveling down the road. Still right here in this dump of a town, Portage, Indiana. Well, I'm not a big fan of Portage, but I'll tell you it's better than Lake Station, I'll tell you that. So, with that being said, now as I was saying, back to business, what's next for the international champion? Well, to tell you the truth, I have no idea. But of course, with me being the international champion, I have to figure out who my next challenger will be. Because obviously Andre's out of the picture. Jake Rose, he got so upset after losing the NWI Championship to King, after he cowardly cashed in on top of that. He went back home trying to recuperate for next season. So pretty much, no, scratch that. King, you're the NWI champion. Yeah, you're the NWI champion. I think you got a fluke win, but you're the NWI champion. Congratulations. I'm the international champion. And correct me if I'm wrong, which I know I'm not wrong on this. Was it last year? Or was it earlier this year, before NWI Wrestling came back to Portage, Indiana? When nobody else showed up, you and me went nearly 1 hour for the International Championship. Hey, guess what? I beat you. I retained the International Championship. And I think it's time to add one more to my resume. You see, the Tornado has been underestimated for way too long. And yeah, being international champion is great, but I want more to my resume. And it's been a long time since I've held some big gold. And yes, King, if that's something you're trying to figure out, yes, I am challenging you to an NWI Championship match this weekend on Warzone. Now, I will be there. I know you will be there. And I am not going to wait for an answer, because obviously I know your answer to this. You're obviously going to accept my challenge, because just like me, you are a fighting champion. You claim that NWI Wrestling is your kingdom. Well, NWR Wrestling is your kingdom, but NWR Wrestling is my throne because I am the international champion, which means I'm a champion of the international world, while you're just a champion of a company. So, with that being said, King, yes, this week on Warzone, I am challenging you to an NWI Championship match. And then after that, after I become NWI Champion, I will gladly go on to Showdown, defend my International Championship against any one of the NWI roster members. I don't care who it is. That's right. This week on Showdown, I am issuing an open challenge for my International Championship. I don't care if you're Harley Hale. I don't care if you're my tag team partner Thunder. Hell, I don't care if you're the King himself, the NWI Champion. I will take you on too. It don't have to be even on the current rosters. It could even be open challenge to anyone in the Midwest. I don't care if you're a top superstar. I don't give shit. I don't care if you're nothing at all. So, the challenge is open for my International Championship. Anyone from Hobart, Indiana, to Portage, Indiana, from Lake Station, it don't matter. The Tornado will be waiting on Showdown this week for the International Open Challenge for my International Championship. And before that, like I was saying, as I walk on to Showdown, I'm not only going to be the International Champion, but you will hear me being announced as the new NWI Champion, the Tornado. And while I become NWI Champion, I will also remain International Champion, may you add. Because, yes, now we'll get to another topic here. And yeah, Jake Rose, don't like the guy, but I respect him. Jake Rose and I, we've had battles. We've went to war. I still don't like him. But I got a ton of respect for him, for what he's done with this company for the time he's been in. And Thunder. Thunder, my friend. Where have you been? World Heavyweight Champion, who beat Malachi Cross a few weeks ago. Thunder, I know Malachi Cross, so he's definitely wanting his rematch soon. But I know you just like me, you don't give a damn what these people want. You don't care what they want. Quite frankly, neither do I. But there's another one. For those who've never seen NWI in several months, a couple months back, I had an altercation with an NWI legend. I ain't gonna reveal who, but you've seen a glimpse of him. And this week, I'm gonna be watching, Because from what I'm hearing, this so-called mystery man that they called NWI legend, NWI Hall of Famer, apparently is making his return this week. I'm going to be watching closely because this guy totally brushed off the international champion. Walked right past me like I was not even there. So what's the matter, dude? Cat got your tongue? You can't greet your international champion? Well, I'm gonna be watching. And as soon as you get back, well, let me rephrase this. If you even got the balls to show up, the tornado is gonna be watching. The tornado will be waiting for you too. And make no mistake about it, whoever you are, whoever in the hell you are, when I see you and we come face to face in that ring, I don't care even if you have a match before you and me face off in the ring. I'm going to beat the respect into you, kid. And yeah, you may have been NWI time before me. That's okay. And from what I understand, what these people don't understand is I did my research, I did my homework, and apparently you were the longest reigning tag team champions with Hellseeker. Obviously, that's what I've heard. But yet there's no proof of that because NWI was not even relevant back then. And you know why? That's because you were there. NWI didn't become relevant until I stormed out of the scene. And I beat that living hell out of legends like Jake Sturgill, Kid Dynamite, the Wishcobies. Hell, even a former tag team partner of my own, EJV. You remember him, right? EJV. One half. My former tag team partner used to be known as Total Anarchy. Hell, Tornado Tuesday was once called Total Anarchy Tuesday, if you remember that. We used to bash on this irrelevant fed called UW, Uncensored Wrestling, if you even remember them. But from what I've heard, NWI Wrestling has put Uncensored Wrestling to rest. Because the owner, the former owner, I'm not going to mention his name, couldn't even live up to the hype anymore. But from what I hear, UW is under new management, ran by R. Payne. It's been a while since you heard that name, right? Yeah, it's been a long time, man. Don't get me wrong. I would have loved to have been in the ring with R. Payne, Dallas. I think. No. See, that's how irrelevant UW is because I forgot their names. Oh yeah, Dark Rocker. That's his name. Dark Rocker. It's a shame that Tornado versus Dark Rocker never got to happen. That was also one of my dream matches. But if that match ever became a reality, we all know that tornado would have decimated Dark Rocker. Total Anarchy didn't even have a match with Biohazard. And we decimated them. We didn't even have to fight. We decimated them on the mic. But yeah, that's why you never see UW anymore. And now, our last topic here. Our last topic here tonight. Yeah, I'm going to address something about Jake Rose. Jake Rose, don't get me wrong. I'm not calling you out. Even though I would love to one more time, because even though you beat me 3-0, I still got me a score to settle eventually. But business is business. I'm moving on. It's like you moved on. And eventually, I will get you in the ring again. But the thing about Jake Rose, he came in last year at WrestleFest. Well, actually before WrestleFest, but pretty close to it. If you remember, we had a tag match, he walked out. And then we got to WrestleFest. He defeated me. Not fair, but he defeated me. And then we had another match on Showdown. He defeated me again. And then, this year, 2022, we fought one more time at the Gold Rush pay-per-view. And I left him a bloody mess. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Because even though he won, I felt satisfaction spilling his blood. When I spilled his blood, and then I took that blood, rubbed it across my forehead, something lit up in me. That's how I knew Jake Rose was human. But yeah, don't get me wrong. Jake Rose is a special guy. He's got talent. Way more talent than I've seen before. And I've seen some great ones come, and I've seen some great ones go. But Jake Rose has nothing but respect for me. Because he went to war with me. He fought. He won. He didn't give up. As many times as I knocked him down, he still got back up, dusted himself off, and fought some more. That's a champion. That's a champion. Excuse me. But With that being said, also at Gold Rush, something I had nothing to do with. After I pummeled Jake Rose, and I left the ring, something unprecedented happened. Hellseeker, he came out there, beat up Jake Rose. And then after Jake Rose got beat up by Hellseeker, that little squirt king came right in and picked the meat right off the bones. Cashed in that Gold Rush contract. And bashed Jake Rose right in the head with the briefcase. And then cashed in. Jake Rose tried to put up a fight. I give him credit. But it just was not enough. And then what happened was King stole Jake Rose's finishing move, the Rose Killer, pinned him, 1-2, kicked out. I believe that's what happened. But in the end, here's your winner and the new NWI champion, King. Because of Hellseeker, Jake Rose couldn't focus. He's been beat up by a monster right after going to hell and back with me in our match at Gold Rush. So I think it's because of me allowing Hellseeker to pick up the pieces for King to pick the bones right off the meat, for King to become NWI champion once again. So, what I'm saying is this. King, brother, I've got nothing but respect for you. You know that. Hell, I would have done the same exact thing if I was in your shoes. Jake Rose admitted that too. But here's the problem with that. You see, this is my international world. And yeah, NWI is your kingdom. For now. Until this week on Warzone. Because King, I'm not beat up by Hellseeker. I'm not a bloody mess like Jake Rose was. You're going to find out exactly what I'm made of. Because this isn't the tornado that you faced for the International Championship earlier in the year or even last year. You're facing the tornadoes on the top of his game now. This is why I've had time to think. I've had time to recuperate. I'm fully rested up and I don't give a damn what these motherfuckers want. Because at the end of the day, King, I'm going to be the next NWI champion. And I'm going to do something that Jake Rose couldn't do yet. And that's beat you. Oh, wait. I think Jake Rose could beat you if he wasn't beat up. So, King, see you on Warzone, brother. Shine that title up real nice, because I'm coming for it. And Thunder, I got your back, brother. I know you're facing Malachi Cross, Sam. I got your back. So with that being said, I think this is all I got for Tornado Tuesday tonight. So I hope you enjoyed this show. I know it's the first one back, so don't boo me just yet, because this is the first Tornado Tuesday back in so many months. And maybe eventually, I will start bringing guests back on this show. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Tornado Tuesday is done for tonight. And as far as everything else goes, before we sign out here, whoever accepts my international challenge for the international championship, just remember the saying of the storm. My saying of my storm, which is, don't think too hard, because there's a storm brewing and it's coming for you. Because as long as I'm champion and as long as you're in my path, there's a dark cloud forming right over your head. And you know why? Because the international champion, the Tornado, is coming for you. Now sound the sirens, because the Tornado is coming for you.